Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the channel. We went 4 for 7 yesterday. Not the best work, so today we're coming back with a vengeance. We're looking to go 7 for 7, and we got 7 plays for you today that should hit a bunch of good matchups, especially this Heat Bulls game that is going to be one of the fastest paced games of the season. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it, wasting no time with this Sixers game, and we're going to go down 2 points and hit up Joel Embiid, who has been playing some really good basketball as of late. Didn't hit his 29 against Milwaukee, but if you didn't know, this man is back. Sabonis and Dylan Cardwell, the backup center and the starting center for the Kings, both love to hack. On top of that, Sacramento plays at a decently fast pace. They also give up the 4th most opponents' points per game, and their defensive rating is 4th worst in the league. That is not a good recipe if you're trying to guard Joel Embiid, especially the new and improved, the reinvented version of Joel Embiid. He's been on a tear as of late, and I think this continues against a Sacramento team that fouls a ton and is not very good at all defensively. So give me the over on Joel Embiid there at 29.5. The next thing we're going to be hitting up is we're staying with this game, and with Giannis out, with pretty much everybody out, Kevin Porter Jr. is out, the top 2 scorers for the Bucks, it now becomes the Ryan Rollins show. And even though his line is at 21.5, I still want to take this. This should be a huge opportunity for him to go out and ball out tonight or tomorrow night against the Washington Wizards. He's playing the 2nd worst defense in the league, only behind the Utah Jazz. But the silver lining here is that Washington still plays at a top 10 pace, so this is still going to be an up and down game. And you add into that they are the 2nd worst defense in the league in both defensive rating and opponents' points per game, and they give up the 2nd most opponents' rebounds per game. So I lied. We're not going to be taking points. We're going to be going over to the points rebounds category and hitting up Ryan Rollins for over 27.5. I'm expecting a big time night out of Ryan Rollins. He's been rebounding it pretty well as of late. Just hit against Philadelphia, who gives up a bunch of rebounds, especially to guards. So look out for Ryan Rollins here in a Giannis-less, KPJ-less matchup here against the Washington Wizards, where a ton of points should be scored. Next up, we're going over to the Houston Rockets game, and this should be an Alperen Sengun get-back game. He just had a rough night against the San Antonio Spurs, so look for him to come back and ball out. They're playing, like I said, the Atlanta Hawks, and I'm going to take the points rebounds here. Steven Adams just went out for the year. Their Achilles heel this year has been rebounding. Without Steven Adams, somebody's going to have to step that up. I think Sengun helps with that, as well as Clint Capella, and you add into that Atlanta plays at the 3rd fastest pace. Ton of rebound opportunities. They also give up the 10th most opponents' rebounds per game, and then defensively, they're not that good either. They give up the 6th most opponents' points per game, and their defensive rating is 17th in the NBA, 13th worst. So a team to exploit, a matchup to exploit. And like I said, yes, it's the second half of back-to-back, but fast-paced game. Sengun is a little upset. He was playing angry tonight against Wemby. Give me the over on his 29.5. Trying to bet on the stars here. Yes, we're throwing in Ryan Rollins because he should be able to do whatever he wants tomorrow night offensively. Doc Rivers should allow him that courtesy. Now, the points rebounds that I am putting the most money on, this is my play of the day, and it's going to be Bam Adebayo. This is a smash play. Yes, he's hit in 5 of the last 5 games. Usually that's something to stay away from, but in teams that we target, like the Sacramento Kings, like the Portland Trailblazers, like the Utah Jazz, Bam Adebayo has been phenomenal, and he's got another big-time matchup against the Chicago Bulls tonight, who play at the 8th fastest pace in the league while giving up the 5th most points per game. That is a telltale sign of a terrible defense. Defensive rating-wise, they are 8th worst in the league as well, which brings them to my 8th overall team to target, and they give up the 13th most rebounds in the league. So yeah, this should be a smash play for Bam Adebayo. Very up and down game tomorrow as Miami plays at the fastest pace in the league. Chicago plays at the 8th fastest. Chicago should play up to that speed. Give me the 8.5 here for Bam Adebayo. And those are my first 4 plays. We're going with all centers plus Ryan Rollins, and I like this a lot. 20 can win you 200 here. If you stick with this parlay, that could be some big time money. Now, if we continue on here, let's stay with the Chicago Bulls game. And we're going to go down to a young guy. Usually I don't bet on the younger guys. I stick with the stars. But give me Matas Buzelis, who has been playing very good basketball as of late. Just dropped 20 against the Pacers, 21 against the Clippers, and was right around that 15.5 mark against Minnesota, Boston, and LA. Three teams that don't play at the fastest pace in the world by any means. This is an up-tempo game. Like we said, Chicago plays at the 8th fastest pace in the league. Miami at the fastest. Miami gives up the 8th most opponents' points per game. So this is a big-time spot for a young guy like Buzelis to come in and really score. And with Bam attracted defensively to Nikola Vucevic, that opens up the door for Matas Buzelis to go out and have himself a game. Give me 15.5 for Matas Buzelis to start off this one. You could also go with Vucevic, but we're going to double back and come back to Vucevic later on. Now we're going over to the Charlotte Hornets, and they play a Dallas Mavericks team. First off, this is a big-time matchup for Con Knipple because he's going to be going up with his former Duke teammate in Cooper Flagg, and as you can see, they've already got it discounted off. So give me the 5.5 for Con Knipple on the over on rebounds. As you can see, only grabbed one tonight against Memphis. He's hit or miss, and I think against Dallas, who gives up the most or third most opponents' rebounds per game, and again, they play at that 4th fastest pace. Up and down basketball, no Anthony Day-to-Day Davis. Give me Con Knipple to hit the over on 5.5 rebounds. And then I'm also looking into, I'm not going to take it for the parlay, but a strong word of warning. When they play teams that we say or that are targets of ours, like the Grizzlies and like the Wizards, Moussa Diabate goes off. Now, I would probably discount it down a little bit, maybe take 7.5, but I like Moussa Diabate tomorrow against a Dallas Mavericks team that gives up a lot of rebounds and plays at a very fast pace. And then the final pick for today, we are headed back to the Chicago game, and like I said, we would double back and look at it. It's already discounted down, both of them, all three of them. They don't want us to get on this because, like we said, it's going to be a very fast-paced game. Miami, fastest pace in the league, Chicago at 8. Miami gives up a lot of rebounds as well, the 4th most in the league. So give me Vucevic here to go out. We'll take 11.5. Sure. This is 20 to win 240 on a 3-leg parlay, and you can go 7.5 if you want. That's going to be 20 to win 95. A little bit more guaranteed, but if you want to get a little ballsy here, go with Nikola Vucevic over 11.5. We'll take it all day long. And remember, those are my 7 picks. If we do win you any money, you got to come back, hit that subscribe button, and come back tomorrow. And with that being said, let's go 7 for 7. Thank you so much for watching today's video.